Hello, welcome back to the Book Vandal Shop. Today we are just going to play around with some file folders. I don't really have a plan, so you get to see how I craft on the fly. So if this works, great. If it doesn't, then we've just spent some chatty time together. But I'm just thought I'd turn the camera on. I've got the house all to myself, and I don't know, I was in the mood just to play with file folders today. I have projects I need to be finishing up, but sometimes you just want to, I don't know, play, I guess. So all I have here is just two hanging file folders. I get the ones from Walmart because they're cheap. Get them in camera there. That's what I buy, and they're green on the outside and this tan color on the inside, so that's kind of nice, especially if you're doing like nature-y type things. The brown and the green coordinate well together. So right now I'm just cutting off the hanging strip, and this should in no way be considered a tutorial because I am just playing around here. Sorry about that. Took the camera for a wild ride there, didn't I? So yeah, I don't know, just felt like creating something. I don't even know what I'm creating yet. Maybe by the end of this we'll have a plan, and yes, this is normally how I create, without a plan, without much forethought. So it's also how I garden. Over the 21 years my husband and I have been married, I've been known to plant flower gardens and then not like where they are and move them, and I've also been known to put things in flower beds that really shouldn't go together and then have to move it. So now he's learned me after this many years together. Before he helps me do any kind of project like that, I usually get the third degree. Are you sure this is where you want this to go? Are you sure you're not going to change your mind? No, I'm not sure. But we have a lot of fun. So I'm thinking I want to make some kind of a tri-fold thingy. Let me grab the one we made together that one day. We made these in another video, remember? These were kind of a double fold out. These were a lot of fun to make. And they did not end up fitting in my journals I was going to put them in. They were just way too chunky, so they're kind of a standalone item. And I think this is too. This is really just kind of be like an ephemera folder maybe. But I think I want to do just a tri-fold like this. So what I think I want to do is trim this off so that it doesn't hit in that fold. And then so that'll go in first, and then this will close like a book. And then I think I want to trim this piece back here because I think I want that to be a pocket. So I don't think I want that to go all the way to the corner, to the fold. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this. Instead of moving my paper trimmer over, I'm just going to trim it over here real quick. Just like that. There we go. So that gives me a little space, and then we'll put a little thumb notch here. And then let's trim this so it doesn't get caught or bunch up in the fold. So I'm just going to trim a tiny bit off of here. Like I said, don't craft along with me. You should probably watch this before you craft with me, because this may not work. So like I said, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here or so they say. Okay. So I know I want that to be a pocket on the back. I'm really just talking to me, I think. Yeah, I do. But I kind of want it to be in the center, so I think I'm gonna measure that a little bit. That is nearly a 12-inch folder, so 6 inches would be about half. So I'll put a little mark there. I'm gonna cut that off anyway. Actually, there we go. So I'm just going to put my circle punch down about halfway and holding it kind of straight. There we go. I'm not sure I like that. It doesn't show up, you know, it doesn't coordinate or what's the word? Contrast. It doesn't contrast. How about there we go. What if I did that? That would contrast then. Would that be okay? You think? I think, because I'm going to add a bunch of other pockets and stuff to it. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, but I am eventually going to want to stitch all that. But I don't want to stitch it right now because I don't know what else I'm going to put on there. And I may want my stitching to I may want another pocket to coincide with that. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue, just a teeny bit, enough to hold it in place until I'm ready to do my stitching. So anyway, I hope you all have been well. We've had a lot of rain. Looks like it could rain again outside right now. About tired of rain, and I am so sorry I keep bumping that camera. So I have that tabletop clamp-on dealio now, and it's kind of handy. I don't have a tripod in my way, but now I bump my arm on that. Okay. There. And I just did it on the sides. I didn't glue down the bottom because I'm going to sew that anyway. Okay. Yeah. I think that's going to work. I think. All right. So now I've got that. Oh, do I want that to be a pocket? It would be like a pocket that would be accessible from the front or the back. That would be kind of neat, wouldn't it? You know, no, I don't think I want to do that. I think I'll just stick with what I'm doing. Now, I think instead of using a bunch of file folders to get that coordinating or contrasting color, I think I'll use some craft colored cardstock. How about that? I've got plenty of that. Let's see how well it matches. Not very well, does it? Because this is a really light colored craft paper. I got tons of file folders. Let's just use them. Why not? I've even got these pieces here that I could use. So I think I want to make a pocket here and then maybe a flip up. Yeah, let's just put some stuff together. That's going to be fun. No plan, just fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna cut these off. Could just use my rotary cutter, couldn't I? That would do it fast. Or my craft knife. Yeah, I'll just do that. That'll be quicker, I think. So I bought this ruler. If you haven't seen my other videos, I hate this ruler. Total waste of money. Ooh, that's not working so hot. We'll just do this. Everything I have needs to be sharpened or replaced. My razor blade's dull. My hole punches are dull. Okay. Let's do that. And then I think I want this to be a pocket right here. So I'll just eyeball that. And that looks pretty good. Find what I did with my pencil. There it is. So I was helping my daughter sew a teapot cozy today. Never made one of those before. So she drinks a lot of tea. And she said she wanted a cozy to keep her teapot warm. So okay, never made one, but we can do it. She found some pictures online and some directions that were not exactly easy to follow, but we did it. We did it. Little fun mother-daughter project. So yeah, made a tea cozy this morning. That's a first for me, first time for everything. Looks good. Yeah, and we're going to put that there, but I may want to put some papers on this first, you know, maybe some Edith Holden papers or something. So I think I'm just gonna really, really lightly, I mean, I'm barely putting any glue on there at all. Just so lightly. Put that on there. And I should be able to get it back off later, because it is just barely on there. And then, should I round the corners, you think? Nah. I don't think so. Okay. Did that. Then somewhere I want a flip up, I think. Or what if we did this like another page, almost like a lap book, you know? Ooh, like, see, the ideas are just endless. I get so excited. Oh, could do that. See, I told you I don't have a plan. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. We could do, well, I can't really do that because I didn't put a gusset in here, so that would not be great. But I could put it here and then put a gusset on there. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna fold up like not the first line, but the second line that's already there on the file folder. So we're looking at maybe, I don't know, a little more than 1/4 inch, between 1/4 and 1/2. So what would that be? That'd be 3/8 probably. There, and we created a gusset there, like a spine. And then if I put this here, then that can fold over the top of it. And it would sort of be like a lap book almost. Yeah. I think I'm going to flip it around so the green and the green go together. Okay. I like that. That's coming together. Okay. I'm going to trim this off just a little bit though so it doesn't get bound up in that hinge. So I'm just going to trim off just a tiny smidgen over there. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to kind of trim these wings off a little bit so they don't show. I'm just kind of cutting those off just a tad on each side. Sorry, I could have moved my paper trimmer back. There. Did that from our old mini book album days. Remember making mini albums and cutting things off like that so they wouldn't show under your paper. Yeah, I think that's going to work just grand. All right, that I am going to go ahead and glue on. And honestly, I don't even need all of that on there. I think just a little bit there, enough for my hinge. So cut that off. Okay, let's glue that up. So I'm super excited. Tomorrow I am headed down to my crafty friend Lisa. I'm headed down to her area. I won't tell you where that is just in case she doesn't want anybody to know. But she and I have been online friends for quite a while now, and we've met once, but we've never had a chance to craft together or shop or, you know, thrift shop or antique shop together or anything like that. So I'm going to head down to her direction and stay a couple nights in a hotel, and we're going to get together and craft and have fun. So I'm really excited about that. We have a lot in common. So super excited about that. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so then that'll fold in, that'll fold over. So I think I'll take this, and instead of doing two, remember on this one we folded 2 gussets, I'm going to take this one and fold 1 line for a small gusset. The first, there's the thing, and then there's the score line right there. See it? I'm going to fold right there. I think, and that will give me a little bit of room. I need my ruler. There it is. That'll help me fold it a little straighter instead of getting out my scoreboard. I buy these tools and half the time I don't end up using them because it's a pain to dig it all out. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do besides hang out and craft and maybe do a little bit of shopping, but I don't know, if we make something awesome together, I'll make sure to show it to you when I get back. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so the cover is just going to have something pretty on it. And then we've got this and that. So where else do I need pockets in? It all needs pockets, doesn't it? Ooh, I know what I want to do. I want to do one of those multi-pocket things. Let's see, what page do I want to do that on? I think I'm going to do it. Probably I'll not do it back there because I didn't make a gusset over here. You know, it gets bulky if you don't plan on that stuff ahead of time, and I didn't. So I would need to put that either on this page or this page. And dummy me, I already made that little thumb hole thingy. So, told you I didn't have a plan. I didn't glue that on very tightly, let's put it there. Yeah, let's put it on this page, because then when it gets bulky, I've got enough of a gusset to do that with. Yeah, let's do that. You know what, I could have left that on there and then just did another. Yeah, let's use that one too. That scrap. Maybe. And grab another file folder here and we'll use that. Sometimes I think I should not be left unattended. Family's gonna come home and I'm gonna have these file folder things everywhere and a jumbled, glued up mess of paper, and they're all gonna wonder what the heck I did with my time while they were gone. And I'll just have to say, I don't know. I was creating. What I was creating, I don't know. That's all right. Yeah, let's just do another one of those that same size. I bet I could get more out of them if I turned it that way, couldn't I? Yeah, fits better this way. I could get more this way. Let's do that. All right, pencil. So I'm going to cut that all the way down, the whole length. And then I'm going to cut a pocket here. And then I want another pocket there. Okay, I'm going to cut that real quick. Hang on. I'm just going to pause you. Okay. Now I'm going to punch those tab holes, but I want them to be in the same spot, so. Close enough. And then I'll do this other one. That's not at all straight. There we go. Boy, that was loud. Didn't know you needed to wear earplugs with me, huh? Oh, I like it. I like it, I like it. What do you think? Does it need one more? No, that's probably pretty good, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, so then I definitely want to stitch those down the side and across the bottom. So those are going to go just like that. And then probably want to make a pocket on this. I've got some left over right there. Yep, that'll work just like that. Okay, so that'll go there. And yeah, before I get too far along, I think I'm going to find some papers to decorate this with and then at least sew that so it doesn't come apart. So hang on, I'm going to find some papers. Okay, I decided to just go with one of these Hot Buy paper packs that I have from Michael's, because I have so many of them and they have such pretty papers in them and I rarely ever use them. So that's what I think I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to pick a pattern to put in the back. I'm going to go with something bright. Actually, I don't need the whole sheet, do I? Because I am putting these pockets like that. So I really only need a little bit back here. And then I had the one for over here. So let's decorate that one first. So let's go with, I don't like that. I don't know why I'm being so particular. It doesn't really matter. The whole point's just to use up some paper, isn't it? Let's go with that one. Okay, so I'm just going to trim it off. I'll flip it over. Makes it easier to see where I'm trimming. Just going to trim it off about right there. In my paper trimmer. So I've got a mess going. You guys are probably saying, what in the world are you making, girl? I know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet either. I've thought about making some little ties, but I don't think I've got room to glue them in. Yeah, what are you making, girl? No idea. But I'm having fun. And that's what it's all about, right? Just having some fun. I think it is about time to open another bottle of glue. Oh, this is the one that smells funky. I have one that just smells like plastic. It doesn't smell like acetone, which is kind of weird. It seems to hold okay. I don't have any problems with that. It just smells weird. Okay. There we go. All right. Those are going there. So this one is going here. Should I go with the green? Let me see what you're seeing. Green or the tan? I kind of like the green. Okay, green it is. Oop, I got a glue booger. Got a volcano thing going. Let me grab this bottle. May have to break into a new bottle. Alright, I'm just lightly gluing it because like I said, I'm going to sew all that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't put enough glue on that to hold anything. Ugh, look at that. I've got a mess. That bottle of glue I've had around forever. Okay, now do this side. And I think I should have enough of that paper I cut off that I could do it up there. And that will work just great. Just dandy. Dandaroo. All right. So this last weekend we had the local strawberry festival here. That's always kind of fun. They have vendors and concerts and music and car show and lots of food, of course. And then they have a tractor show where the local Pioneer Association, which is basically just the tractor club, brings in tractors, and I am a part of that. Long story how I got into that, but anyway, but I am. So, but we, at the Pioneer booth, we make ice cream and serve ice cream, cake, and strawberries, fresh cut strawberries. But the ice cream, the cool thing about it is the ice cream is made by tractor power. So the tractor, when it's running, it has a little, like a shaft out the side, and it's spinning, and then there's a belt connected to that shaft over here to a shaft at the ice cream bucket, and there's a belt, and the belt turns, and when it turns the crank on the ice cream bucket, which then turns the paddle in there, and it churns the ice cream by tractor paddle or tractor power, sorry. And it's pretty cool. So it draws in a lot of people. So we have tractor churned ice cream, I should say. Very cool, very tasty. So I worked in the Pioneer booth all weekend serving ice cream. That was a lot of fun. And most of our members are all older. They're all old enough to be my parents and grandparents. So it's kind of fun. It's like having lots of parents and grandparents, which is kind of amazing because my grandparents aren't around anymore. They've all passed. So it's like I got a whole new set of grandparents again that I've kind of adopted. And I just love listening to their old stories, and most of them were all farmers, so they have, they just have really cool stories to tell you. They've all been there, done that, I have a good time being around them. So that was this past weekend. So I haven't had a lot of time to craft with working the festival all weekend, and then before that I was helping my mom paint her living room and kitchen and dining room area. And then working outside in my garden, so I just haven't had a lot of time to get crafting done. And then here I am piddling around with this project instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know, sometimes I just need to focus. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run this through my sewing machine all the way around it to get these sewn down around the pockets and make it look pretty. So I'll come right back. Okie doke. So I sewed all around that, and then I sewed all around these. So now I've got these pockets. So like this one goes all the way down in the back. See? And then this one goes down all the way. You get the idea, right? All the way there. And then that one there. Cool, huh? So now I think I want to do a flip up over here. So I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. I think I want to cut it off right there. I don't need to go any longer than that. Oh, actually, I don't need to cut it off at all because I'm going to score that and make my hinge. But I do need to cut the width off a little bit. So I think I'll cut it right there on one of those original score lines. So I'm just going to trim that off a hair. Yeah, that fits in there then, and then I'm going to flip it up. So I need a score line. I don't actually cut that. I don't know if that'll show or not. Not too worried about it. And what did I do with my scoreboard? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to score it at, I don't know. I'm going to score it at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. No reason why I picked that number. I just did. Okay. And then just gonna trim those off a little bit, just like we used to do in our mini album days. Do any of you still make mini albums? I haven't made one in ages. Just wondering if anybody else has made any recently. I know people are still making them because I see them online sometimes, and they are pretty. Let's give this a neat decorative edge. I don't know if I want that punch. Hang on, I'm gonna look and see if I want a different punch. Okay, I picked out two different. Do you like this one better or this one? Oh, here. I kind of like that one. It's roses. Oh, that sound. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. That goofy dog. That sound you heard was my bread machine. My daughter put a loaf of bread in the bread machine before she left, and it was doing its mix cycle again, and I don't know. It freaked the crazy dog out. Sorry. Hope that didn't ring your eardrums. Ugh, goofy dog. I don't want the brown side up, I don't think. I think I want the green side up. Oh, anyway, it is never a dull moment around our house, I'll tell you that much. All right, yep, I'm gonna glue that on there. She scared me to death when she did that. Jumped like I'd been shot. Can't imagine how loud that was on your end. I'm sorry. She was just laying down there sleeping and being all quiet, being good. And then the scary bread machine made noise. All right. She got a vicious bark though, doesn't she? Yeah. Okay, now let's pick some paper again. Okay. That's kind of crazy. A little bit crazy. Would that be too much side by side? Is there such a thing as too much? I kind of like that. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? That's kind of subtle. I think I'm going to go with that one. Flip it over so I can see it better. And trim it right about here. Throw my pencil. Okay. Right about there, and then we'll trim it right about here. And then what I'm gonna trim this, glue it on, and I'll come right back so you don't have to watch that. Okay, so that's the paper I chose for the middle there, and I inked up around the edges just a little bit so to kind of make it, you know, pop. And I've gone ahead and glued it on. And then I think I've decided that what I want here is some kind of like little pouch with a button and string fastener, you know, that actually closes up, not just an open pocket. So what I did go ahead and do was made another score line up here to give that top flap a gusset up there to build in for that. So it should work because I have plenty of room there. So it should all come together. So that's what I want to do there. I want to make a pouch for that. Now, I am going to want to sew around this just to make it look pretty. So when I do that, my stitching is going to come through on the back. So I want to go ahead, I think, and put my paper on here before I stitch that, so that I can stitch right over the top of my paper. So I'm just going to randomly pick a paper here, no rhyme or reason. And I'm just going to trim this. All right, I'm going to trim it, ink it a little bit, and glue it on there, and I'll probably trim around that just a little bit. Okay, hang on, be right back. Okay, inked that up, glued around it. Now I'm going to run a stitch real carefully down the edge of this, not to get the pocket, and then I'm going to sew around and around, and so that will make it look nice here. So I'll be real careful not to sew that down on it though. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I have sewn around the edge now. I was real careful. I didn't sew my pocket shut. And oops. And then so that left stitching all around that. So that looks nice. Probably need that to go like that though, don't I? Okay. Oh, and then I thought I saw some glob of glue on there in the corner. Yuck. All right, I'll deal with that later. Okay, now I had thought of something else I wanted to do, and now I don't remember what it, oh, I know. We were gonna make that pouch with the flap. See, you get older, your brain leaves you. Forget all the things you were gonna do. I walk into a room and I get in there and I'm like, what did I come in here for? So I'll turn around, walk back out, and then I'll get back in the other room again and I'll say, oh yeah, I remember what it was. And then I'll go back in the room again. And I'll be darned if I hadn't forgot what it was I'd went in there to get again. And I might do that 3 times before I finally actually come out with what I was supposed to get while I was in there. Oh, they don't warn you that when you hit a certain age, all that starts happening. Okay, I'm making a little envelope, you know what I mean, with a flap. So I think I want to trim this off here, and then my flap can come down. So I'm going to trim that off right about there. I have no measurements on this. I'm just winging it. I haven't even decided what I'm making yet, to tell you the truth. And I brought you poor people along for the ride. Okay. Then let's make this a smidgen smaller. Carmen, are you eating paper? I think she's been in my bin again. Okay, trim that off there. And then if I fold this down, then I have a flap, a flappy flap. Maybe not quite that big of a flappy flap. Let's trim that off just a little bit. Okay. Now, just because I know you all are going to ask me, let's just give you the measurements. That ended up being about 2 3/4, thereabouts. That ended up being 4 1/4. And then this, I'm getting ready to trim a little bit of that off. Give you a measurement on that. And this is going to be about 4. Okay? All right. Put a little thumb hole thingy in there again. Just like that. And then I don't think I want the raw edges on there. So yeah. I don't know. Does it matter? Really? Although I do like the look of not having raw edges showing. Oh, I don't think it matters, does it? Yeah. I'll get back to you. I'm going to decide really quick what I want to do. Okay, I've decided I'm this far in, I might as well do it right, you know? So I'm not going to have the raw edges. I'm going to make them nice and rounded. Or, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Covered. So I think I'm just going to match up my believe that's a 1/4 inch line on that, on my centering ruler there. I'll do it again over on this side. Okay, but then I'm not doing it here. See, I'm going to actually score that. Oh, dummy me. I could have scored that the same way I've always scored my other envelopes before, huh? My husband would say it's because I'm blonde. I think there's a lot of you blondes out there that would disagree, right? Including me. I always tell him what he can do with that comment. Sometimes it's not very nice. All right. I'm just scoring that at a 1/4 inch all the way down. Okay, but I want to keep that 1/4 inch on this part. I'm just going to trim it away on that part. I did not mean for today's craft along to end up being so long. Sorry, most of you have probably quit watching by now. That's all right. I often just turn on a craft along video while I'm crafting so that I have somebody talking with me, you know, and I'll answer their questions back when they, you know, say, what should I go with? What should I do? And I'll answer back, even though they can't hear me. Now, if it's like a tutorial, though, I don't. I either watch those and pay attention, and I don't do anything else at the same time, or I'm crafting the same project that they're showing me. I don't turn tutorials on usually while I'm crafting something else. Okay, and I think I want to score just a little bit on my flap, just to give it a little bit of room. I'm just going to come down maybe, yeah, about 1 mark on my scoreboard. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Then I'm going to round my corners. I love playing with file folders. I think because the possibilities are endless. You know, you can just make all kinds of stuff out of them. You can make an actual journal. You can make little ephemera folders like this. Yeah, see? That's going to look good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a button and string thingy for it to close it off. So yeah, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, you might call me crazy, but I've decided instead of doing like a homemade button closure, like these where you wrap the string around the little paper button, I think I've decided I want to use a real wooden button. What do you think? These are little wooden buttons. Let's get that in focus. That I got at Walmart, I believe, or Hobby Lobby, somewhere. But they have flowers printed on them. They're made of wood. Doesn't say where they're from. I think it was Walmart. But I think I might actually sew that on there with a needle and thread, and then do my string closure to wrap around it. So that's I think that's what I'm gonna do, if I can find a needle. And I don't know, you probably don't want to sit and watch me sew on a button, so I may pause this and come back and show you when I have it done, and we'll see whether or not I goobered it up and whether it was a dumb idea. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think that worked out really well. I just sewed it on like you normally would any other button. However, I don't want that to end up tearing or pulling or my stitch coming loose. So I think I am going to back the envelope flap here with some decorative paper, and I'll glue that down on it, and then maybe it will help secure that stitch a little bit for the button. So I'm just going to mark this like that. I'm trying to hurry along. I don't want to keep you guys much longer. There we go. I'll round these corners. Yeah, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the edges of this colorful piece of paper. I'm going to glue it on, okay? And then also I want some decorative stitching to go around the edge of my flap just to be pretty. So I'm going to start somewhere near my button, and then I'm going to go around and around and around and come back to my button. Because I probably should have done that before I put the button on there, but I didn't because I'm silly. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so that didn't turn out too bad. My machine skipped a few little stitches here or there, but that's okay. I kind of like the look that that gives. I don't like things to look perfect. Okay, so before I glue this down, I want to put the string on here for doing the flap. And what I usually just do, put that on there. What I usually just do is I glue it down in the back here with paper. So let me show you. Just put that about there. Okay. And then I just take some scrap paper. Let's see what I have. Let me look at my bin. Okay, that'll work. I hate to use good paper, so I just pulled something out of the bin. I had notes on it, so nobody's going to see that. Okay. And just going to glue this down, and this is just going to hold my string in place. All right, and yeah, I know I put a lot of glue on there, but I don't want it to move. And then I'm going to put this all the way to the top of the envelope. And the reason I'm doing that is so that when I want to glue this down, but I'm only going to glue the sides and the bottom because I want to make it a tuck spot behind it. And I don't want tags and stuff catching on this. If I put it down lower, your tags and whatnot will catch on it. So I'm putting it up there even with the top. And then this will hold my string nice and tight. Okay, and then I didn't glue that, I forgot. Let's put a little bit of glue on these. Actually, if you want, you can kind of trim those little corners off, and then they won't show. Or see how that one bound up? Oop, bound up just a little bit. Just going to put a little bit of glue there. You could use score tape if you wanted to. Alright. That's on the flaps of my envelope there. And I did that because I didn't want don't know, I wanted it to look more finished. Really work that down. Okay, I also inked the edges of this little envelope off camera, so you didn't have to watch me do that. I got some glue on there. I got some glue on there. Okay, that's gonna go like that. So I want some score tape. You could use glue if you wanted to. I like using score tape for stuff like this. Some people don't because they said they feel like it stays too sticky and your tags can get stuck in it, but I don't know. I just like how well this score tape holds. Okay. Here we go. I had no idea how much work and time this would be when I started this little project. Okay. There we go. And now we have our little envelope. We can stick little things in. There's my dog. He always has to make an appearance snoring, doesn't he? And then we have a little tuck spot in the back. Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. This can be a project that we can finish up when I get back from my crafty adventures with Lisa. So I will see you all when I get back. Maybe I'll have something neat to show you, and we'll get this finished up when we get back together the next time. All right, I'll speak to you all really soon. In the meantime, happy crafting. Bye-bye.